What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today we're taking a look at new stuff at Blade Binge. This is one of my favorite things to do. I try to do it every couple of weeks, but so much fun stuff pops up on Blade Binge, and I don't know about you, but one of my favorite things to do is to check out knives that are available on the secondary market. And before Blade Binge, we had some pretty shady spots to do this, and it wasn't super great. Now we have Blade Binge, and it is awesome. If you are not a part of this website, you definitely should be. It is every knife, and this is like the home hub. Like, this is like the central hub for knife enthusiasts, knife collectors, and users. Do yourself a favor, check out Blade Binge. I will link this down in the description so that you can check it out. We're going right to Grails. So these are listings from people, they're listing their own knives. So somebody pointed out to me that Blade Binge does get, like, I was coming down on some prices on like people's listings, and some of the listings on Blade Binge seem really great to me, and other times I'm like, oh my gosh. And obviously there are going to be cases where people are really going to mark their stuff up, but for people who are close, and it was just like, a little bit over, somebody pointed out to me, like, hey, you got to remember, like, Blade Binge does take a little bit of a cut from these listings. So don't, you have to factor that in. And that's true. Thank you, whoever pointed that out to me. So I'm always drawn to the Marauder, always. This is an H frame. But I'm always drawn to the Marauder. I think that's probably their best looking model. I don't love a lot of Medford knives, but I do like the Marauder. I have one in my collection. It has this exact same rock pattern, or whatever you want to call that. And I do like the Vulcan blade on that too, S45E, and that one's pretty cool. Full tie and customized. Is that a factory titanium scale? Probably not, but let's take a look. I don't think so. I don't believe so, but you know what? I bet they will say in the listing. So let's take a look real quick. Has OG shark tooth tie OG, so original goat. Yeah, super cool and made in the USA for sure, but not created by Demco, which is important to some people and not necessarily to others. Here's a factory MG8020 SCPM 20 CV. Not bad. I mean, considering how hard these are to get a hold of. I mean, you're gonna find these brand new at retailers for $425, $450. Not bad, not terrible. I'm not upset with that. Somebody will buy this. I hope it's still there by the time you guys watch. Performance Series SMF. They must have released a batch of these, because I see these a lot. The Tiger Stripe and 154 CM. Full DLC, what? Perfect Koenig RS Gen 4 C patterned DLC 20 CV blade. That is? Oh. Oh, yes. Ah! This is why I hate and love this website. That is so cool. So it is DLC. It's just the way the light's hitting it. It's so reflective that it looks like a satin finish. Very cool, though. That is crazy. That might be the thumbnail. I always pick, I got to clickbait the thumbnail, so we got to put, well, we call it click. As long as the thing that's in the thumbnail is actually in the video, right? Definition of clickbait is totally lost anymore. Might as well just embrace it. But, yeah, the craziest knife will be probably in the thumbnail. Walter Randolph / Alliance. One of 6 in this configuration with a beautiful Damacor blade and Chad Nichols boomerang pattern circuit tie and circuit tie pivot collars. All of the hardware is titanium. This was the knife that Alliance designed, used for all of the promo. Yeah. Man, that is so cool. I just realized I've got water. I just took a shower. I got water stuck at the bottom of my chin there. First own. That's a freaking crazy price. So where was this made? Yeah, so I was gonna say it's made in China, but considering the like what this is, I don't think that's a bad price at all. I want to know. Sorry, 3 to 3 and man. So if that was the 3.5-inch blade or more, I would be. I think I'd be jumping on that. Pretty good price there. That is a super rare, unless they have suddenly changed how often they manufacture these. That copper scale is ridiculously rare. I have not seen one of those for a very long time. I know that they don't do that very often. That is very, very cool. I like that a lot. $650. I'm not necessarily upset at that price tag, considering, I mean, like, I think those copper scales are $100, but they're pretty rare. Excuse me. S90V military sprint run. Full tie Hinderer XM18 spear point. Not a factory scale, though. No, that's Medford boss, almost certainly. Hold on. Hold on. Go back! I command you! What sort of witchcraft? Here we go. Hold on. Still comes with the tri-wood translucent grip price. Okay. Install the show side tie scale. So, yeah, Medford boss. Yeah, I recognize that pattern. It's cool. The problem is with the non-factory stuff, it doesn't ever quite match. It's close, but that'll always bother me. Unless it's intentional, like a copper front. You obviously can't do a copper lock side, right? But I always want them to match. That's just me. Oz Machine Company Roosevelt. Mini Goblin. I'm not really into that one. F3 John Gray. MEFP Medford Praetorian T3V Tanto. I haven't seen one of those for a long time. Oh my gosh. I have not seen one of those forever. That's crazy. What do they want? 900 bones for that. Wowzers. 365 Outlast. Hold on. What does that look like? Bro. So, listen. I'm guessing you took this picture on your pillow and you laid the knife down and then stood directly in the light. Like, there's his hand in the camera. You stood directly in the path of the light. And so you ended up with probably the worst picture I've ever seen. Like, this is a super cool knife. It's super cool. I completely forgot this existed, but come on. Dude. Oh, man. Sharp by Design Mini Evo Damage Steel. They just go for $775. I have this exact knife. It was gifted to me by Brian Nadeau. Dang. Those are valuable. Okay. Oh, it's a PT. Ah! God dang it. I thought that was going to be I thought that was a DLC SNG. Ooh, I thought for a second this was a DLC SNG listed for $550. SNG G10 tie. It's pretty cool. Oh boy. That's been used a bit. It's pretty cool. Man, like everything, these are so cool. It doesn't surprise me that people are selling for that much. I just want this, but full titanium. That's what I want. But I don't want to spend $1,100 on it or whatever. You know, I mean, and I'm sure it's like, well, yeah, everybody feels that way. Factory deals. There's another one there for $1,100. I have lightly carried and used it. Show some minor wear. Dang. So cool. So cool. Slim MIDI Marauder factory custom. I love the texturing on the inside of this here. It's not texturing. It's just laser work, I guess. Super nice. They changed these pivots, huh? Yeah, that's like got a big Torx head now. That's probably the least expensive one of these I've ever seen. Strider Stealth SMF. Where's the centering? Come on. Come on. Who posted this? You guys know why this makes me mad? Whoever posted this, you know exactly what you did here. Exactly. Nobody's falling for it. You see how we can see the inside of this liner? In here, you can see the reflection off of this standoff. Not over here. Why? Because the camera was tilted so that the tip was perfectly centered. Take a picture of this dead on so people know that it's not centered. It's a Strider. It's not going to be centered. Don't do that. Don't do that. Drives me nuts. The rest of these pictures are great. This looks really cool. I like this, you know? But just be honest about it. Whoever ends up with this is going to be mad. There it is. Okay. All right. Well, I'm sorry. I'm going to immediately apologize. I just came unglued. There's the honesty was literally the next picture. To the person who posted this, I apologize. I'm going to leave that in there and then everybody can throw pies at me. This is the best honesty. Like, not only was he being honest, he took a close-up picture to say, hey, listen, it's not centered. Sorry. I'm so sorry about that. Oh, man. I was coming unglued with this one because people do this. People do this, and it makes me so mad. They do this crap. I mean, that happens so many times on Blade forums. Get the knife, like I'm like, and I look at the picture and I'm like, oh yeah, it looks centered because I didn't look close enough. So, my apologies. Who's the person who listed this? Does it say? I don't know. Whoever listed that, it's my bad. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Jeez. Golly, take an extra second, Metal Complex. Oh my gosh. Derek Steel Toucan XXL Custom Knife Damasteel. Lefty. Cool. Cool looking. Melvin Lozada. Whole bunch from the same guy here. Beautiful background picture. Just absolutely stunning background pictures. Oh my gosh, this guy took these pictures from heaven. Wow. Addicted to blades. Okay, I think, yeah, I know who that is now. That's one way to get you. Look at this. Look at this one. Oh, so beautiful. Wow. Goodness gracious. This is the guy who overcharges for everything, right? Yeah. As soon as I made comments on a few of those, people were like, yeah, he's everywhere. So, why is this picture so foggy? God dang, did you take that picture in a sauna? What? Well, I'm sure it's beautiful. Damn. Picture was taken from the inside of a cloud. These uploads have just been, they're turning into me like mildly insulting the posters. But if you've spent time on the secondary market, there's just little tiny things that are irritating. Terzwola Eagle Rock with an extra clip. So this is the exact one that I own. And I love this knife. Let's take a moment to say something nice, okay? Pretty good centering picture. I do appreciate that. It looks like you're kind of doing it a little bit of an injustice here. It wasn't taken perfectly on. It kind of looks like it's maybe leaning a little bit. I think if you took it dead on, it'd look a little better, but that's fine. I can't. The browser's not keeping up with me here. But that is a knife that I very much love, and I remember what I paid for mine. And I think that this is actually a pretty good price on something that is discontinued. Big and beautiful and basically brand new. A lot of B's in there. Titanium Fantastic Carbon Fiber. So this is actually a zirconium. I think maybe he left that out. So it's a carbon fiber plate, bulky for me. It's drop shut, center, no play, blah, blah, blah. Comes with everything. Yeah, so this right here, this bolster, this is zirconium. If it doesn't say right there, and maybe I'm just reading too quickly. But yeah, this is a ridiculously impressive knife, and the finish on it is spectacular. It is very different. It looks like a glass blasting, or not a glass, like a vapor blasting. It's really, really nice. This is a joy if you like big knives, and in my opinion is one of the few CKF knives that I think is actually worth, go ahead and dropping the big bucks on. I will keep mine forever. I'll never let mine go. I think it's really cool. Let's keep going here. Sorry, I'm like slowly melting into my chair here. Oh, Clips Warney Battle Black with the frag. Is that that's the MEFP frag version? But hold on. Extra parts from the ranch. It looks like you blacked out the pivot. I want to look at this. Yeah. So what? How did it come from the factory? Probably with the regular pivot. I would ask about that. No way. Oh, no way. Hold on. So this is factory. Skinny ripple. Oh my God. I've been begging for them to bring this back. Okay, so here's what we're looking at here. I never knew what it was called. I called it chainmail. So the very first skinny XMs that ever released, the very first ones, were in full titanium. There's only a couple. And I remember them being listed, and I was like, wait a minute. I'm going to pay the same price for an XM18, but it's thinner? This was a long time ago. Like, where thicker was always better in my mind, right? Little did we know. But the OGs, they had $620, $650 variations of these that dropped in bronze, blue, and stonewashed. And they had special titanium scales. And I remember looking at them and thinking, wow, those titanium scales are absolutely beautiful. They look better than the pattern that comes standard. Like what's really funny, the next time you have to drop anchor in a Walmart, they're all the same across the country. Look at the inside of the stall doors, the metal stall doors at Walmart. That's where Hinderer got his texture pattern for those titanium scales. I promise you. Look at them. But this looks so much better. God, that is so beautiful. I don't know how he came up with that pattern. That's the first time I've seen it. Please make this a regular texture pattern. It's called Ripple. That is very cool, and as of right now, probably pretty rare. But, who knows if they're going to make that a regular thing. God, that's cool. Oh my gosh, what is this? Lacrima Dragonfly? Oh, saucy. Oh my gosh. This is all, it's a bit over embellished, but it is cool. Hold on. Oh, steel flame Hanko there. I want to look at that, but that I do like it looks like maybe partially blued on the blade. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, that is cool. Wild. Very cool. Sorry, the dryer's going off upstairs, so now you're gonna hear the water come down. My office is where all the water comes. Every appliance in the house that uses water makes noise down here. GTC Sticks sole authorship, pretty cool, a little wacky. $1,200 for a Higo 2. That's what they go for, brand new, isn't it? Triway XM24. Harpoon Spanto. This is the same one I have. This is a Knife Center exclusive. Yeah. Did he say that? It should be. Pretty sure Knife Center is where they release these. Yeah. I believe that it's never been carried or used because the pocket clip's still in that same position, and any self-respecting Hinderer fan switches that clip. Switches that clip the moment you get it. I don't know why Hinderer drops those from the factory that way. That's really nice. Hold on. Oh my. Would you look at this? Would you look at this? Look at that bolster, man. Look at that bolster. That is beautiful. Oh my gosh. You know that this has a crazy high polish on it too. Oh my gosh. It's like liquid damasteel. That is nasty. Hold on. Absolutely gorgeous, fully custom, one-of-a-kind tarpon liner lock flipper from Steam Camp. This tarpon flipper features a hand-rubbed satin finished blade with mirror polished flats, told you, and a very satisfying and easy-to-use notched flipper. The handle has stainless Damascus bolsters, blue and silver carbon fiber. I love the weave and the carbon fiber. Anodized blue titanium liners with filework spines, $604. That's the deal, man. That's the best deal I've seen on this site. That is crazy nice. Oh my. Oh, what a gorgeous blade. That is so nice. Where are these made? I have my suspicions. Let's see. Yup. Man. South African custom knife makers. Probably the best dollar for dollar quality for a custom knife on the planet. That is so nice. If this was just a little bit bigger, just a little bit, 8 inches, 8 1/4, I would buy this right now. I would do it on the video. That is so nice. Unreal. Okay. What are we at here? Oh, it's already been 20 minutes. God, these go for $540 now. It's so crazy. Hold on. Holy God. Max says hella is that the Damacords? They saw core Damascus, but no, that's Chad Nichols. Holy crap. No, they used Chad Nichols on this thing. The only thing wrong with this is the stupid blue anodized toilet flusher. My suggestion would be for that not to be there, but if it has to be there, why not zirconium? This looks dumb. The rest of this looks great. That's so cool. I don't care if it's impractical. I think it's cool. Okay, we're back to, I think, maybe where I saw, or I've seen some of these from last time. Ooh, hollow slicer for $6. Ooh, hold on a second here. That's a great deal. Hinderer XM18 textured tie hollow grind slicer S45VN. I mean, as far as flagship XMs go, outside of the Spanto, I mean, I'd say that's about the most functional Hinderer build I've ever seen. And it has an authentic factory titanium. That's that Walmart bathroom stall texturing. I'm telling you. Why does it say, oh, H for hollow? I was like, what does H mean? Full tie. So buying this brand new would cost you $625. Considering BLADEBINGE takes a chunk of that, that's pretty fair. I'm the original owner of both the scale, and it comes with the red scale. That's cool. Directly from Hinderer. It's running on skiff bearings. Comes with all the original tri-way hardware. So let's take a look at this. So this is a skinny hollow ground slicer, which means it's going to perform substantially better than a regular one. So this is center. All you have to do is just take it spot on. You can see how it's slightly favoring this side, which means it's moving the camera is making this appear slightly off center. You didn't do the knife justice here. If you take this picture dead on, I bet that blade is absolutely perfect. These are stone washed, which is my preference. And yeah, that's probably the best performing blade on an XM18 3.5 inch that you can get. That's a really good deal. And if you're looking at that and considering it, I would say go for it. It looks great. 940 customized. Anything else? 80/20 slim. That's a little too much. Yeah. Whippersnapper looks good. Okay. It's been 23 minutes. I'm going to get lost in this website. Anyways, check out BLADEBINGE. And we were just looking at Grails today because that's what I like to do. But if you just go to the marketplace, there's all sorts of stuff, including, budget stuff and mid-range stuff. I get a kick out of looking through the Grails. But check out BLADEBINGE. Absolutely. If you are interested in buying, selling, trading on the secondary market, this is the best place, period. It is the #1 spot. The community here is huge and it's awesome. It's very controlled. It's very safe. Absolutely worth checking out. That's going to be it for me today, guys. Thanks so much to my patrons for supporting me. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like. So check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.